Have you ever really stopped to think about what separates a life that ends at 80 from one that joyfully continues all the way to 100? If you're in your 70s or 80s right now and hoping for a healthy, vibrant century, you might be surprised to learn how much power you hold in your own daily habits. Is it just luck of the draw, or is it something we can actually influence? In this video, I want to talk about 7 things you absolutely must start to let go of from your daily life if you want to give yourself the very best shot at reaching 100 with energy, independence, and a clear mind. If you or someone you love is between 70 and 85, you'll want to pay close attention. We're going to look at some of the invisible traps that even the wisest folks can fall into, sneaky habits that quietly drain your vitality, cloud your memory, and shorten your healthy years. For each one, you'll get simple, practical advice and real-life examples of people who manage to turn things around in their own golden years. Please, stay with me until the end, because you'll discover how removing just one of these daily obstacles can help you feel younger, stronger, and more hopeful than you have in years. Whether you're aiming to dance at your 90th birthday party or you're determined to see that big 100, what you learn today could truly change the course of your life. Now, let's get started. Number 1, negative self-talk. Let's start with the one habit that lives right between our ears. Negative self-talk is one of the most dangerous, yet most overlooked habits to hold on to as you age. This is that little critic on your shoulder, the voice in your head that whispers, "You're too old to change. It's too late to learn that," or the most heartbreaking one of all, "Your best days are behind you." The power of your words, even the ones you never say out loud, is immense. They can shape your health, your mood, and your very will to live. Take the story of Richard, who had just turned 79. After a small health scare, he found himself thinking, "Well, I guess this is it. I'm just old now." He started pulling back from everything he loved. That mindset quickly became a self-fulfilling prophecy. Richard stopped calling his friends, quit his weekly bowling league, and felt himself slipping into a quiet, lonely fog. He had built a prison for himself, and the bars were made of his own thoughts. It wasn't until his daughter gently pointed out how he was talking about himself that Richard realized he was the one holding the key. Research shows that seniors who speak kindly to themselves, who say, "I can handle this," or "I'm learning something new every day," have better memory, more energy, and immeasurably longer lifespan. This isn't just about positive thinking. It's about consciously choosing not to let your age define your possibilities. The next time you catch yourself thinking something harsh or hopeless, just pause. Become a detective of your own mind. Challenge that thought. Replace "I can't" with "I'll give it a try." And notice how your world starts to open up again. You can't control every ache and pain, but you can choose the story you tell yourself. Make it a story of hope, resilience, and a belief that every stage of life can be filled with growth, laughter, and wonderful surprises. Number 2, excess sugar and processed foods. Think of excess sugar and processed foods as tiny little thieves. They creep into our daily routines, often disguised as comfort or convenience, and silently steal our vitality, chipping away at our long-term health. This is especially true as you move through your 70s and 80s. These foods, the sugary cereals, the white bread, the packaged snacks and frozen dinners, might seem harmless, but the truth is, a diet high in these things literally accelerates the aging process. It saps your strength and lays the groundwork for heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. Let's talk about Pauline, age 74. She used to start her mornings with a sweet pastry and a coffee loaded with sugar. She loved that initial quick boost of energy, but she found herself completely exhausted by noon and battling cravings all afternoon. Her doctor warned her that this daily habit wasn't just messing with her blood sugar. It was putting a huge strain on her heart and fogging up her memory. With a little help from her granddaughter, Pauline made a simple swap. The pastry became whole grain toast with avocado, and she cut her daily sugar intake in half. The change wasn't instant, but within a few weeks, her energy evened out. Her memory felt sharper. Her whole outlook grew brighter. Every single bite you take is a powerful choice. It's a chance to fuel your body for another decade of living well. This isn't about deprivation. It's about an upgrade. Replace those processed snacks with real, vibrant foods. Think colorful berries, crunchy nuts, hearty beans, leafy greens, and lean proteins. If you have a sweet tooth, try satisfying it with a small piece of dark chocolate or a juicy piece of fruit. You'll be amazed at how quickly your taste buds adjust, and your body will thank you with steadier energy, clearer thinking, and fewer aches and pains. If you're still with me and finding this valuable, would you mind commenting with a 2 below? It lets me know you're here. And if you haven't yet, I recommend you subscribe and hit that bell. Your support truly helps us keep making content that matters. Number 3, prolonged sitting. This one is a sneaky habit that has become an epidemic. Prolonged sitting quietly drains years from your life. Yet it's one of the most common routines for older adults. After retirement, it's so easy to fall into the trap of spending hours in the same chair, watching television, reading, or just gazing out the window. But our bodies weren't designed for that. Too much sitting slows your metabolism down to a crawl, weakens your muscles and bones, and dramatically raises your risk for heart disease, blood clots, and even an earlier death. Consider Harold, who turned 81 last year after a knee replacement. He started spending almost all his time in his favorite recliner, thinking he was giving his body the rest it needed. That recliner became a comfort trap. Instead of healing, his legs grew weaker, his balance suffered, and he lost the confidence to even walk outside. The fear of falling became bigger than the desire to move. His doctor finally challenged him. "Harold, I want you to stand up and move every hour, even for just a few minutes." Slowly but surely, Harold rebuilt his strength. He started with small laps around the house, then graduated to the driveway, and eventually, he was able to join his friends at the park again. It's not about running marathons. The key is simply to break up long periods of sitting with simple movement. Set a timer on your watch or a kitchen timer to remind you to stand up and stretch. Walk to the mailbox and back. March in place while you're waiting for the kettle to boil. Every little bit counts. Gentle movement protects your joints, keeps your heart strong, and gives your mood a natural boost. Don't let the habit of sitting steal the years you've worked so hard to earn. Number 4, holding grudges. Holding on to grudges, clinging to past hurts and disappointments, is like carrying a heavy backpack filled with old stones wherever you go. It's a habit that quietly weighs down your spirit and, as science has shown, your physical body as well. Many of us have lived through difficult relationships, betrayals, or painful misunderstandings. It's natural to feel wounded, but refusing to let go of that anger or resentment robs you of peace, joy, and precious energy you need for a long, fulfilling life. Let's think about Florence, who was 83 and hadn't spoken to her childhood best friend for over a decade after a bitter falling out. Every time she thought about it, a heavy sadness settled in her chest. Her daughter gently encouraged her, "Mom, just reach out. Just say hello." With a trembling hand, Florence made the call, expecting anger or a dial tone. But instead, she was met with warmth and relief. That one conversation melted away years of tension. Florence said she felt lighter and happier than she had in ages. Letting go isn't always easy, but it's one of the most powerful acts of self-care you can perform. Forgiveness is not about excusing what happened or pretending it didn't hurt. It's about releasing yourself from the hold those old wounds have on you. It's about taking the stones out of your backpack, one by one. Sometimes you can mend the relationship, and sometimes you simply free your own heart to move on. If forgiveness feels impossible, start small. Write your feelings in a letter you never send. Talk to a trusted friend or counselor about the weight you're carrying. As you let go, you make space for healing, laughter, and light to return. If this is speaking to you, I'd love to know. Just drop a 4 in the comment below. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It means so much to know we're on this journey together. Number 5, skipping social connection. Skipping social connection is a habit that can quietly age you faster than almost anything else. As we get older, many people pull back from social gatherings, thinking it's just easier to stay home or feeling anxious about trying to make new friends. But day after day of isolation takes a serious toll on your brain, your heart, and your overall zest for life. We are wired for connection. Take Robert, who moved to a new town at 77 after his wife passed away. He spent months where the only person he spoke to was the grocery clerk. At first, he told himself he preferred the solitude, but soon he noticed his sleep was suffering. His memory felt fuzzy, and a low-grade sadness had settled over him. When his daughter encouraged him to join a weekly breakfast group for seniors at the local diner, Robert felt awkward and out of place at first. But gradually, he found himself laughing again, sharing stories, and actually looking forward to each Thursday morning. Social connection doesn't require a packed calendar. It can be a simple phone call with an old friend, a chat with a neighbor over the fence, or saying hello to folks at your place of worship. Volunteering, joining a book club, or simply inviting someone for a cup of coffee can rebuild the bonds that make life rich and meaningful. Take the first step, even if it feels small. Human connection is one of the most powerful tools for longevity. Number 6, ignoring sleep problems. This is a big one. Ignoring sleep problems is a habit that sneaks up on so many older adults, quietly draining your health, energy, and mental sharpness. Let's bust a big myth right now. Poor sleep is not just a normal part of aging. It's a problem that needs a solution. It's linked to memory loss, a higher risk of falls, depression, heart issues, and even a shorter lifespan. Let's talk about Margaret, who's 80 and spent years tossing and turning, waking up exhausted and irritable. She just chalked it up to getting older and never mentioned it to her doctor. When her granddaughter finally convinced her to bring it up at a checkup, Margaret became a sleep detective. She discovered her insomnia was linked to 2 culprits: untreated nighttime pain and a late afternoon coffee habit. By managing her pain with her doctor's help and switching to decaf in the afternoon, she found herself drifting off more easily and waking up feeling genuinely rested for the first time in years. Good sleep is not a luxury. It's essential. It's when your brain takes out the trash, repairs your body, and files away memories. Pay attention to the signs and talk to your doctor. Sometimes the solution is as simple as adjusting your routine. Create a sleep sanctuary, a bedroom that is dark, quiet, and cool. Make winding down a gentle ritual. Prioritize your rest, and you'll discover you have more energy for brighter days. If you're still here with me, I'm so grateful. Please comment with a 6 below. And if you're getting value from this, I'd be honored if you'd subscribe and turn on the bell. Number 7, resisting new experiences. Resisting new experiences is a habit that quietly shrinks your world. As we move through our 70s and 80s, it's so easy to stick with what's familiar. The same routine, the same foods, the same TV shows, because it feels safe. But avoiding new things, whether big or small, causes your brain to become less challenged, your spirit less excited, and your days less colorful. Take Frank, who was 82. For decades, he had eaten the same breakfast, walked the same route in the park, and watched the same news program. One day, his granddaughter invited him to try a local watercolor class. Frank was hesitant, worried he'd look foolish, but he decided to take a chance. Not only did he discover a hidden talent he never knew he had, but he made new friends and started looking forward to Thursdays with a genuine sparkle in his eye. Trying new things keeps your mind sharp and your heart open. It could be as simple as taking a different route on your daily walk, trying a new recipe, or learning how to use a new app on your phone. The act of saying yes to something unfamiliar sends a powerful message to your brain. I am still growing. I am still curious. I am still fully alive. Growth doesn't have an age limit, and curiosity doesn't have an expiration date. Final thoughts. As we close our time together, I invite you to gently reflect on these 7 habits. Ask yourself, which one of these might be lingering in my life? Eliminating just one of them could set you on a new path toward greater health, deeper happiness, and yes, even a longer life. Remember, it is never, ever too late to start fresh. The years between 70 and 100 can be some of the most vibrant and meaningful chapters of your entire story. You hold the pen, be gentle with yourself, and know that every small effort you make today is a beautiful investment in your tomorrow. Your life is still brimming with possibility, purpose, and connection. Thank you for joining me today. I would genuinely love to hear from you. Please, leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today or a small change you plan to make. Reading your stories gives all of us so much encouragement. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.